everyone, it's Jessie. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about and reviewing The Star-Touched Queen by Roshani Chokshi. I think I pronounced that correctly, but I'm not sure. Originally, I had seen this novel through pictures on Instagram, and through last month's Owl Crate, this little card of a book recommendation came in the Owl Crate box, and I just thought that the cover was so beautiful. I actually didn't read anything on this card, so I went into this book, I purchased it, and I went into it not knowing anything about what it's about. This is one of those books which I think it's almost better if you go into this book without knowing much, because then everything is more of a surprise to you in that way. Now, this book has been pitched as a Hades, Persephone-style romance infused with Indian mythology about an unlikely princess who must overcome her sinister horoscope, but instead embarks on her quest to unravel her true identity and find the one she loves. So that's basically what I would tell you this book is about, so you wouldn't be spoiled and you'd go into it with that still not knowing too much about it. So this year of 2016 has been a pretty terrible reading year for me. I've only been reading a couple books a month where I used to read like over 10 typically. This book is definitely one that got me out of a reading slump. I have been in infinite reading slumps this year, it seems. It's also not that long of a book, and it's so amazing, and the writing is incredible, which I will get more into. It's a super quick read, so if you're in a reading slump and if this book sounds like something you'd like to read, I would definitely recommend it to you. Originally, when I had first seen this book, I had gotten it thinking it was a sci-fi book just because the title is The Star-Touched Queen and there's stars and it's such a beautiful cover and everything. Seriously, probably one of my favorite book covers of 2016. Anyways, let's get into the writing of this book. I absolutely adored Roshani's writing style. It is so beautiful and descriptive and just so poetic. And it's one of those that I personally really love. And I know it's one thing that a bunch of other people loved about this book as well. And in this novel, it's one of the best world building and character building that I have read about recently. It was so great. And reading this story, it's woven intricately in so many different ways that pretty much blew my mind. Because I don't think that I have ever read any other book like this. So if you are a fantasy lover, look no more. So that pretty much wraps it up for my kind of non-spoilery section of this review. If you have not yet read this book, I would recommend that you click out of this video and watch the rest of it later on if you do end up reading this book. So thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Okay, so now into more of the story. I absolutely loved Maya as our main character. I think that she was a really unique and strong heroine, and I also loved Amar as the love interest in this story, and I'm actually kind of super bummed that this novel is a standalone. We will be getting a short story, I believe, sometime in the next year. Don't quote me on that, I'm not positive, that's just what I've heard. I am kind of bummed that it's only a one-book standalone novel, because I would have loved to have seen more from these characters in this story, in this entire world, because it's just so beautifully written and amazing in general. One of the things in my mind that helped me picture part of the story, I mean, besides Roshani's beautiful writing, which helped me picture the story in my head very vividly, I could almost picture all of the characters very well. So when after Maya leaves with Amar and they're in his kingdom, the kingdom kind of reminded me of Wonderland. I don't know if that is just me, but there are strange doors everywhere that pop up, and there's just, if you read the book, you know there's a bunch of strange things, lots of magic and mystery going on here in this midpoint of the story where Maya doesn't know anything and she wants to find out more, but Amar tells her do not open or go into any of the doors, stuff like that. It just kind of reminds me, gave me that like Alice in Wonderland sense, and that's kind of in my head what I kind of pictured. I mean, not really pictured, but you probably get what I'm saying. Another character that I really loved, well, who wasn't, I guess it's a character, an animal, sort of human eating flesh demon, named Kamala, the demon, who Maya makes a deal with and goes along with Maya on this journey and eventually become friends in the end. And Kamala doesn't end up wanting to eat her, even though she had previously throughout the story. I really love Kamala as a supporting character and as a little sidekick to Maya throughout the end remaining journey of the story. I really enjoyed the Indian mythologicalness of this story as well because I have not yet read much fantasy or anything with this diverse type setting. And that being mixed with the sort of Greek mythology element just made it all the more exciting and amazing. I have this little quote card here that came in the Owl Crate box, and I just want to read this quote because the writing in this book is so beautiful. So here's a nice example of it. The stars filled with the cold light and secrets held no emotion in their fixed language of fate. Emotion belonged to life, a thing that stars could never experience. I, not the starlight, shaped my decisions. I love this quote. I just love this book so very much, and I know that this is like one of my first filmed book reviews. I used to write book reviews on several blogs, so sorry if my thoughts are really jumbled and that if I didn't explain all the points I wanted to get to the best detail. Again, this is kind of my first video book review. Well, second. I never edited the other one, but still. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this mini review of The Star-Touched Queen by Roshani Chokshi. I always have to make sure I'm saying that name right. Bye!